than most other towns. We started doing things 3 or 4 years ago before Governor Christie got elected. And actually, he helped make our job a little bit easier in the respect that he put these caps on and this, that, whatever. Okay? Now, we got to get through next year. I think next year we had a long talk and discussion and looking and projecting. Things look pretty favorable because contracts will be up. We'll be able to negotiate new contracts. And under the new rules and this, that, whatever, we're not going to be, hopefully, I don't see us hit with the same kind of problems we're experiencing today. If we can get through 2012, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else talked and everybody's been good in listening. Could just hold it for a second. I know I'm the mayor and you don't like politicians or something, but just bear with me. I think if we get through 2012, I think 2013, 14, 15, whatnot, it's going to be a lot better for everybody. Hopefully we can stabilize taxes, okay? And Kelly, I don't know if you were here earlier when we talked about, we know what our residents, the people that pay for all of our salaries, make $45,000 to $50,000, some a little more, some a little bit less, okay? And they don't have sellback. They don't have the insurance. They don't have this. We all got to look at this. We all have it pretty darn good, and we got to think of others. But every family, okay, I can't say Kelly's right. I can't say Mrs. Rebellis is right or wrong or this, that, whatever. In their situation, it's very important. It's a part of their everyday life, just like your home, your family, and things you do with. All I'm asking is everybody look at what everybody has and has not, and once in a while we all have to give back a little bit, sacrifice a little bit for the greater good of the community. That's all, nothing more, nothing less, and then hopefully down the road when things smooth out, you know, we'll have other issues that we can deal with and not these issues.
Okay, Jack, and one other thing, the 3.75, which I negotiate the contracts with Ed and Ron, actually, we're not getting a 3.75 raise. I want to clarify to these people think we're getting 3.75. We're not. 1.5% is going to go to our health care. 1% is going to our pension. We're getting a 1.75 or 1.25. So it's not 3.75. So anybody that puts it on the paper, in the blogs, we're not getting 3.75. All right, we're paying towards our medical. We are paying something now. We are paying towards our pension. So it's not 3.75, so let everybody get it straight what it is.
This is good that we're having this meeting, that all these issues get put out there. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Could you have Mr. Hussey speak on the governor's toolkit and where we rated, just very briefly, so the residents here understand what kind of shape we're in. I hear this young man was here that traveled all across the country and whatever, but will you tell them out of the list we got and the score we got, and would you explain that to the residents?
The governor puts out a sheet, it's called Best Practices. This year, I believe there was 50 questions. It varied in types of trainings or ethics trainings or how you do things financially. It's a potpourri of a lot of different questions. If you score, I can't remember all of it, if you have less than, if you say no by 8 to 10 times, you get a percentage of your municipal aid taken away from you. And the more no answers you have, the more municipal aid is taken away from you. So this year the township, we got 100%. I think there was 4 things that we said no to. And so that's where the township is at this stage of the game. It's to the township elected officials who keep the ship moving and keep the balances, keep everybody else in line.
And Ed, if I'm not mistaken, our bond rating has not been
Our
lowered.
bond rating has
Our
not
bond
changed.
rating has remained constant, which is kind of a good feat when you look at Harrisburg now going bankrupt and being taken over by the state and various municipalities not being fiscally sane and getting themselves in trouble. And, you know, these decisions are not easy. These conversations, these meetings are certainly not pleasant. You know, our bottom line is hopefully with the cooperative spirit that you know, that we have with our people, this will be a moot point. But, you know, we have maintained some financial credibility, and those of you who know how bond works and things of that nature, it's very critical to the township, and it does say a lot for our administrator and Mr. Crane in keeping us abreast of making some decisions 3 years ago.
All right, does there anyone else have any other questions? Please come up, state your name and address. Just before you state your name and address, we have 5:30 scheduled, regular public meeting. So if we might have to run a little bit over and close this portion out and then come back in our other, but please go ahead, ma'am.
Sue Anderson, 6752 Cedar Avenue, Pennsauken. Okay, first of all, when you rebuked that one lady about a political speech, you let Betsy talk and give her speech. So, I mean,
No,
just
excuse me.
a comment.
Excuse me, Ms. Hold
Ex-
on for a minute.
I-
I asked Ms. McBride if she had a question, because I don't want to go down there for
Okay.
either side.
So,
Please,
just,
yes.
now, the second question is, now I heard floating around here that $25 for police officers is $25 an hour. Is that true? Or?
What'd you call it?
Hold on for a minute. Give her the breakdowns, what the people said.
$85, a contractor is charged $85 an hour for a policeman to sit there to
Right,
guard
okay.
or whatever. Of that, $25 of that 85 comes to the town and takes care of administrative fees.
Okay. No, I just heard it, like, I hear a lot of stuff, and I won't listen to
That's why I
you
asked
say,
them.
I'm coming right up here and
I'm
asking you
asking them
guys.
to give you the breakdown, okay?
I also heard that there were some hirings in the township in the records department this year.
Hirings?
Yeah.
No, replacement.
Pardon me?
Replacement for John's point.
Oh,
We
wait.
replaced one person this year.
So you did hire somebody.
She's now in the, now she's the people for a while.
Yeah, there was, that's over in police records department? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Person
Well,
retired and
you-
they replaced her.
Right, well, you said there was no hirings, so, but if you,
No new hirings. No new hirings.
She replaced the person who died.
okay.
I mean, you know, never mind.
We're not adding this to.
Okay. Now, the other question I heard, and so I'm here to ask you guys,
Mm-hmm,
the golf course.
mm-hmm.
I heard that you hired back somebody who retired from the township, and that was this year?
Hired back, somebody retired.
Yeah, he's like taking over the grounds at the golf course? Consultant, oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. and
That was
that
3 years ago.
Right.
Bob retired and became a consultant and
Mhm.
saved the township somewhere in excess of $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason that he's there now is because of that water reclamation project,
Mm-hmm.
okay? That we are saving 16 million gallons of drinkable water that we have to pay for, that we don't have to pay for now because we're using gray water from Maple Shade when that project's completed by the end of this year. He was kept on because Mr. Prickard worked there how many years? 30-some years. He knows every nook and cranny. He knows all about the old original irrigation, because all that's been replaced. And I want to thank our former governor and our existing governor, because they paid for 2/3 of that project. The other third, the township's paying for with a low-interest loan from the water department, and that's all public knowledge. But he has been on, I think, as John said, 2 to 3 years after he retired. I think it's 2 years or 3 years.
It's two, I know it's over 2.
Yeah, well,
And he was intricately involved in working with the DEP. This project was going on for, I'm going to say, a good 5 or 6 years. So he was, in his full-time capacity, working with the DEP, working with the engineer, moving the project along. So it made all the sense in the world fiscally, okay, in regards to the savings to the township with him retiring, and also from a project standpoint, keeping continuity within the project itself.
Okay.
all right, any other questions?
Just have one more
Go
question.
ahead.
As head of the public safety department,
Mhm.
wouldn't you have a say on how many cops go into the school or have some input?
I think we all make recommendations, okay? And depending on availability of monies, personnel, and this, that, whatever, and the need, okay? That goes into, and also, the school district makes a request, okay, for officers and what they feel is needed. So all that's put together, okay?
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 25 after 5. We have a 5:30 public meeting scheduled. I think we're going to take a 5-minute break. We can come back to this. There will be an open portion in the 5:30 meeting, okay? We're going to have to close this portion before we do that. We've been here since 4 o'clock. It's an hour and a half. I think some people might have to use the facilities, just that whatever, get a glass of water. So, if anybody has any other questions or any unfinished business related to what we're talking about, please come on back. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll start up at 5:30 or maybe a couple of minutes after that. All right? Do we have a motion to close?
So
John?
moved.
Okay. Tina, roll call.
Yeah, you're good. You saw it all.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. If you're staying, fine. If you're leaving, thank you for coming out, your comments and questions. Roll call, Mr. Clerk, please.
Mr. Figueroa?
Here.
Mr. Canine? Here. Mr. Orth? Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mayor Killian?
Here. At this time, I'd like to salute the flag in a moment of silence again. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to announce we're in compliance with the Senator Byron, MBER, Open Public Meetings Act. At this time, I'd like to have approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Nobody opposed? Bids, we have no bids. At this time, we're going to waive comment.